explains why myth fell. All right, it is time to rebuild some more champions. I already did pretty much just about all the arena champions that I wanted to work on, and I still have a few things that I want to work on for my Hydra teams. I've already got my Nightmare run in, a pretty good run at 440 million. Othorion did much better. Thor did about the same. Marius, excellent as always. And then my Brutal team, I actually rebuilt a couple champions off the air. Just a couple of minor tweaks to Ninja and Oboro. I did Lady Mikage last week. So Oboro did much better. Ninja did a little bit better. Unfortunately, Mikage did get swallowed somewhere around turn 900, and then Ninja not too long after. So that run did pretty well. In fact, that was a record for this team, but I think it could get even better. Particularly if I did something manually, which I don't want to do, but just a little bit of RNG luck could work. Now, my hard team, I want to make some significant changes to my hard team. I'm probably going to change up some gear. I want to throw Tholen in the team, see how he does with this Trunda team, get some extra damage in there, mix things up a little bit, and see how that goes. I also switched out a different. You know what? I don't know if Marishka is the best option here, because then I wouldn't have a true. I wouldn't have a true a reviver in here. So maybe I actually need to switch her out for her. I forget if she has an all battles or I'm not sure what she has there. Let me check that. I'm not sure what her aura is offhand. Speed in arena, so that wouldn't necessarily work. I could throw in White Queen instead. Either one of those options works pretty well. So I'll probably throw in White Queen, and then I want to make some other changes as well. And we also, I believe we might have a takeover to do tonight if I get a message back. Let me double check my messages. I haven't heard from them yet, but I do think that we just might have a takeover to do. Let me know what you have going on in the game tonight. Are you going to be summoning shards tomorrow? I think I am going to be summoning all my void shards just because it's 2x chance. So why not? So what I'm going to do is, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to take the cursed set off of this guy, put it onto this guy, and then throw Tholen into the team. But I need to rebuild stolen before I do that, because I did take some gear off of him for another champion last night. Pick that up. So I think what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take this set. What's his current build? He's got 228 speed, quite a bit of crit damage. I want to change this out because this doesn't really make sense for Artak in the first place. I'm hoping that it works better elsewhere, and then I can build Artak better for his real job, which is Ice Golem. So I need to go to Preset Manager, and do I already have this? No. Can I delete this? Yeah, I don't need this preset. I'm gonna make a new preset, and we're gonna save this. Not that. Let's see, cursed. And we'll save that as a global preset. And we are going to then head on over to Supreme Gaelic. And I am just going to straight up remove all this gear. And I'm just going to move over that preset. I guess I didn't have to do it this way, but here we are. Hello to my daughter. Go to sleep. It is your bedtime. Okay, now. Preset Manager. Let's go. Let's go to the curse set here. We will equip that. There we go. And now we need to, well, first of all, let's check out the stats. For Hydra, that would put us at 4,800 attack, 251 speed, 274 crit damage, and 344 accuracy. Now we're only doing hard, so we do not need insane stats, fortunately. Supreme Gallic is, in fact, an attack-based nuker. Let's look for a relic. I'll probably just put something simple on him, like a Talon or something. Let's see what we have here. We don't need that. More damage. I mean, that would probably work. Unholy Grail will work, or we can go with a Talon. Anything else any better? Don't really want that. Don't really want that. Let's see. No. Or a Talon. 6% crit damage, or do we want 53 attack? Whatever, they both kind of work. So let's go ahead and see what fits here. Probably not. Nothing insanely useful here, so we'll just throw that on. And you know what? We might as well upgrade it just a little bit so that he can get some extra stats. Easy enough. There we go. All right. So now we need to take a look at his accessories. We currently have one piece of Merciless, which is actually kind of nice. We'll see if we can upgrade that or not. Another piece would be even nicer. The Feral is giving us some extra accuracy. Looks like that will come in handy. We might as well upgrade that crit damage if possible. That's not a bad piece. Let's see if we can add anything good from the Merciless set here first. Any good new merciless pieces? That's not going to be any better. What do we got here? What do we got here? Let's see if there's anything equipped. Merciless. Okay, we got... Oh, that's a better ring, probably. Not really, because it didn't hit attack. So not really better, unfortunately. And let's see, how about here? No, okay. So we're just fine here. We can actually add some extra accuracy here. He's probably okay on accuracy, but we might as well make sure it is safe. Yeah, any little bit of extra accuracy will help us out. He doesn't really need the accuracy for the curse set to work, of course. He needs it because his big thing is throwing on the HP burns, the block debuffs, and the decreased speed. So we definitely need all of that we can get. Let's see if we can add any extra. Of course, we also have really good bonuses from doing live arena and stuff. So if we actually take a look at his total stats now, with the Hydra bonuses, 5,000 attack is just okay. I would actually like to get that bigger if at all possible. 251 speed is decent. 274 crit damage is okay. 364 accuracy should be enough for the hard Hydra that we're looking for. But I am super low on silver, but you got to do what you got to do here. Get some extra crit damage. Bump that up as much as we can. Do just a little bit of enchanting. Save most of our enchanting for personal CVC next week. And we'll do a little bit more here. And we'll throw that on. Try to keep him alive. Should be pretty good. Can we add anything here? Just a little bit of enchanting. Just some 4-star stuff. Throw on a few extra stats. And let's make sure that we don't have any better cursed gear available. Probably not, but we might as well check. We really need the speed, unfortunately. That would lose us way too much crit rate, unfortunately. How about here? Any attack percentage? No. And let's see, that would give us some extra crit rate, some extra speed. That might be a little bit better. Then we could sacrifice some crit rate somewhere else, potentially. That's not bad. A little bit extra speed wouldn't hurt. I'll throw on like a 4-star speed glyph or 2. Good enough. So now we've got 108 crit rate. So we can sacrifice some crit rate somewhere, possibly. And maybe we can get some extra stats somewhere else. So let's see. Speed, crit rate, crit damage, attack percentage. See if there's anything in the perception. Let's see. That would give us... we will lose a little bit of accuracy. I think we'd be okay. We get extra crit rate, extra speed, extra crit damage. I think that'll be fine. And then, of course, we can ascend it. Looking for attack. We hit it. That's good. And we can ascend this piece as well. Now, of course, his main thing here isn't the damage alone, but because we're using the cursed set, He's going to be throwing up as much hex as possible. That's why we would like him a little bit faster if we could. And let's see, we can now get rid of 9% crit rate possibly. Let's see what we can get out of this. Speed, crit rate, crit damage. How about accuracy? Really? What would this do? That would make us way too slow. What's this going to do? That's not really going to work out for us. What about equipped? Maybe it's on something that we don't care about. Not really. How about this? Nope, slower. Slower. Okay. I guess we will wait for something in the future where we can take away some of that crit rate and add something more important. Which of my Farrakins is this on is the question. I don't want to steal it from my good Farrakin, but I would steal it from the one that I don't use. This is obviously my good one. This is my bad one. Okay, I can steal that. That's not a big deal. I don't use the second Farrakin for like anything. So that would give me 3 extra speed, 3 extra crit damage. I would lose a little bit of attack, but we... is that really worth it? We would lose 300 attack for the sake of 3 crit damage. That's really not good enough, actually. So I'm going to change my mind on that. All right. Claim that. All right, so what I need to do, now that we've got Supreme Gaelic taken care of, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at Tholen. And, you know, I'm going to just rebuild Tholen from scratch, pretty much, and see what kind of gear we have left over. I had a pretty good build on him before, but then I stole a piece. You just never know how that's going to affect things. First of all, I want to check out Merciless, see if he has any good Merciless possibilities. Not so far. I'm not super worried about accuracy. This would actually lose us some speed currently. Unless we hit... No, we don't. So his accessories are probably fine as they are. So we just need to rebuild him. Now, he does have a relic already with attack and HP on it, Moon Death Orchid, where it deals pure damage equal to 20% of their attack to enemies that resist debuffs from the wearer. So If he doesn't have enough accuracy, there will be a benefit. But we don't really need the weekend from him because he's going to be on a team with Lydia and she's going to throw that out there. So we don't really need the accuracy. We just want the attack and the damage, and that will actually improve him more than having accuracy will. So, and then we're not going to worry too much about how that factors into faction wars. Not that big of a deal. We can always change our mind in the future, but for now we want. Do we want Savage? Do we want Merciless? Do we want Lethal? We did Lethal on him before. Worked out pretty well. So we'll probably just try that out again and see what we find here. Which one of these is better? It's going to depend on if we can find enough crit damage elsewhere. I don't think anything else is going to be that great at the moment. This would be a really good piece if we were really low on attack and crit rate for some reason. But we're going to just start out here because it has the extra crit damage. We definitely want that if we can make everything else work. Now let's go ahead and take attack percentage and see what kind of pieces we have available to us. Unfortunately, we are using a lot of attack percentage on a lot of other champions. Where can I steal it from? Possibly from Alice, possibly from, I do not use Rhonda a whole lot anymore. It would not be the end of the world to steal from her if I had to. Obviously, we're not stealing from Trunda. How about Merciless? That's just a 5-star piece. What other options do we have available to us? We could choose just crit rate and crit damage and deal with speed somewhere else. Decent piece. I definitely need more chaos dust. Can tell you that much. What is going to be the best option? That's a pretty good piece. That's a pretty good piece, and I wouldn't have to steal it from anybody, so not terrible. Obviously, we would want to dust that up and get some extra attack instead, but we can deal with that for now. I need to make a whole lot of Sand Devil runs whenever we have another good tournament, when nothing else is happening. So we want speed with crit rate. We'll take a look at the lethal first. Same thing, I have crit rate and attack. That's pretty good. We're kind of low on the crit rate, to be honest. That's a little bit slower, but it's got a lot of crit rate, a lot of crit damage. I guess we can take a look at that for now. And so where does that put us at? 159 speed, kind of slow. 54 crit rate, kind of low. Attack's not looking too bad. Okay. That's a decent start. And we definitely have some other pieces that we can take a look at if we need to switch things up for any reason. Now let's look for speed, crit rate, crit damage, attack. See if anything like that exists. That's a pretty good piece, but we're going to need to get a lot of crit rate from the last two pieces. Now I do remember that we did have Cruel on his helmet and shield before. Maybe we can just take those pieces again. See what happens if I do this. Where does that leave us? 6,800 attack, 87 crit rate is definitely a little bit low, so we'd have to find that somewhere. And 205 speed is definitely a little bit low. Let me go back to the boots. See if I had something with more speed and more crit rate. Let's see. That would take our crit rate down, down, and down. So that is not the solution. How about from the gloves? I know that there are some solutions with the gloves. Speed and crit rate. Can we do it? That would take our speed up 8, our crit rate up 9. And we will lose some crit damage for sure. Oh, that's even better. That's even better. And then we can actually add to the attack as well. We will be losing the crit damage, but his crit damage numbers are actually decent anyway. So we can bump that up. And where does that leave us? Well, we will add in the Hydra. Bonuses, 54k HP is not insane, obviously, but it's just hard Hydra. I think we will stay alive. 7100 attack is actually pretty good. 2900 defense, probably enough. 240 speed, not insane, but probably good enough. 322 crit damage. Accuracy 311. So we got the accuracy anyway, even though we weren't particularly looking for it. Okay. So, why don't we add some ascensions where we can benefit? See if we can hit a little bit of attack. Not there. Not there. Sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. And not there. Okay, so we got a little bit of extra stats from it, but nothing crazy. Can we add anything else from enchanting? We can add just a tiny bit of attack here. A little 19 extra attack, why not? A little bit of defense, why not? And everything else is just going to have to be dusted in the future. I could use like 1,000 chaos dust. That would be very helpful. Make sure that we've got all of our masteries taken care of, and that should take care of our Hydra team. And see how that goes. So here we go. Unfortunately, due to some testing last night that I did, I don't have any auto battles left. But let me make sure. You know, I need to take a quick look at Trunda, see if there's any kind of improvement that we can do there. Everything else on the team should work as is. We're just focused on the nukers for now. Of course, I can work on the other champions anytime I want, but this weekend I really wanted to focus on my nukers to try to get as much damage as I possibly could. All right, so Trunda, where are you, Trunda? Let's see. Get my camera back on my face. All right, so Trunda is built very similarly with the 4 pieces of lethal, 2 pieces of cruel. Let's see if there's anything that we can add. First of all, we will check. I mean, she is also a dwarf, so she needs the same accessories that Tholen did, unfortunately. So we're probably not going to see any improvements here. Unless we did like a reroll of this for some reason. If we hit a bunch of attack, but that's not really going to happen. I'm not going to waste chaos ore on that. Oh, what about this? No, that's an attack amulet. Not what we're looking for. And yeah, we're not going to get anything out of that. It looks like she needs to be dusted on her chest plate as well. Also, she's insanely slow. It'd be real nice if I could add a little bit of speed to her. It would be nice. Let's see. Attack percentage. Anything going to help her out? That would be faster if we added some enchantment, but we can't really. What's her crit rate? 107. We can sacrifice some crit rate if we need to, but not a ton. Not going to work. Not really going to work. All right, what about the boots? The boots are already pretty much perfect. And the gauntlets are pretty good as well. I don't think that we're going to improve there. We could sacrifice some crit rate somewhere for something else really good, but I don't know. I don't know if anything's really going to be an improvement. Speed, crit rate, crit damage. See what else is available to us. Looking for cruel. I can go to equipped. See if we want to steal anything. Not really. How about from lethal swords? Lethal weapons? What is available? That could be faster. We would lose a little bit of crit damage, gain some accuracy, lose some attack, unless we hit Ascension. No. Probably not worth it. Not really worth it. No. That would be faster, less damage. Faster, less damage. Not really a whole lot to improve here. Maybe we can add a little bit of attack. Not that time. Not there, not there. Definitely needs to be redusted. Can we add a little bit of speed to our Trunda? Let's take a few chances here, see if we can get a couple extra speed out of her. There we go. Only took 3, not too bad. I don't want to do that too many times. Okay, I mean, I guess she is what she is. So I haven't heard back from our possible takeover. If anybody else wants to do a takeover sometime, just message me in Discord at Weiler Wednesday. You can find me there, and we can take a look at what you have and see if there's anything that we can improve. If you're a newer player, if you're a mid game player, if you're just looking to progress, I could probably help you out. If you are a Kraken who is deep into the end game, well, you probably know at least as much as me, if not more. Not too much else going on in the game right now. There's going to be a classic arena tournament tomorrow, so I want to save my tokens for that. I've done just about everything else for the day. But tomorrow, we've got a 2x event for Void Shards, so I will probably either make a video or possibly stream tomorrow night. So we'll see how the day goes for me tomorrow. So we will see what ends up happening with my Void Shards, but I'm probably going to be pulling those, even though I didn't really want to do the champion chase. sometimes you gotta pull void shards and take your chances. I do need to build some champions for these factions. I don't really want to do that tonight. Building champions for factions is not very exciting to me. It's more of a chore. So I think I'm going to go ahead and check out how this hard team is going to run. It's not like I really need the clash points. I'm at 2.67 billion clash points just from my nightmare and brutal runs. So we're going to check out and see how this hard team works. See if it is a good match. I did take Artak out of the team, and put Tholen in. He'll probably just work however he wants to. And Trunda, yeah, I kind of just trust this team to do whatever it needs to do. It'll probably just work out. If you are looking for me on Discord, it should be at Weiler Wednesday. Let me type that out. Let's see. Just look for this name. I'm not a Discord expert, but if you go to your direct messages on like the top left-hand corner, then just do a search for my name. I think that'll do it. And just send me a message. And all I really need is to know what you're looking to improve. And I need a screenshot of like your current champions. So if you have a lot of legendaries, then just send me the legendaries, and I'll assume that you have quite a few of the epics. Maybe you can send me a picture of like your favorite epics or whatever. And then, just need to know what you're trying to improve and what you're looking to do. And we can try to work something out, see if I can help. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, there we go. So okay, yeah, I just got your message, so I think you're good to go there. Pending. Okay, there we go. All right. Should be able to send me a message now, actually. All right. We will go ahead and start this on auto. And we'll see how this team works out. I don't know that it'll work, but I think it'll be fine. Now, Tholen is currently not booked. He does have his masteries, and he's only 3-star. We should get the 5-star maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure. I don't know how many points the champion chase is going to be. So we'll see if we want to keep this team or not. It doesn't really matter to me if we get a small improvement from the 5-star. I can wait till next week. I don't really care about that as long as this team is all right. So we have to restart this because anytime that Wixwell does not hit the provoke that he needs, I just have to restart because it's kind of dependent on that. If he doesn't hit that provoke, well, it's kind of a wash. Get off to a real bad start. Let's see. Yeah, we got decay there. So let's hit the provoke this time, Wixwell. I don't think he did. Yeah. So we got to do it again. We might have to manual it if he's hitting the wrong thing. Okay. Got your message. I'll take a look at that in a second if I can just hit the provoke. Do I need to change his AI? Is that the problem? Is Wixwell that dumb? Yeah, we need to start with the opener. And let's see. Can we hit a provoke? There we go. That's what you're supposed to do, Wixwell. All right, let me check out this message real quick. Okay, you are looking at some decent champions here. Okay, you got Alice Stolen, Wixwell. I definitely got some champions that you could possibly use. Got Estrid, Sun Wukong. Okay. Geomancer. All right. And who do you need to build here? Artur. I haven't even pulled my Artur yet, so I don't know how good he is. You definitely need to be building Freya ASAP. Okay, Jerry, do you have a current Hydra team, or are you looking to build a team for the first time? You definitely have some good champs in there. Could probably build something. I don't know how your gear is looking. Yeah, you definitely want to build Freya. She's great, and I'm really mad that I decided not to do all the champion training to get her. I should have just done it. All right, how are we doing? We need to get some damage here from Trunda. Come on. That's not going to do it. What's up, Scrubbalicious? I wish I had Freya, man. I was really excited when she came out, and I knew that she was going to be in a deck of fate, and I was saving all my soul stones for her. And then they made it, I think, wasn't it a champion training that you had to do? And I know I had some clanmates do all that work, and I just did not. I did not feel like it. I did not feel like doing 40 deck of fate worth of champion training. I was not interested in doing that. Oh, Erroneous. I am subscribed to him. I'm assuming you're talking about the content creator. Is he in your clan? I've been watching him for a couple years, here and there. All right, how are we doing? This is not insane damage, but I think Tholin does better over time. Trunda's damage on this team kind of is a bit RNG heavy. RNG heavy. It's not the most insane team. I'm not sure if this is going to work out or not. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've watched Erroneous for a couple years. Still subscribed. I am not loving this run. Got to be honest here. Maybe it would be better with Noel. Just reading this message for a possible takeover. So I'm kind of silent over here. Let's see. Okay. All right. Our damage is starting to pick up a little. I guess we just needed to decapitate some heads. There we go. All right. Now it's doing okay. I just had to be more patient. 35 million damage on 34 turns. Unfortunately, this team got a little bit handicapped because I stole a champion or two from it. I put duchesses on my top two teams. So that took away my duchess from this team, which means that we're struggling a little bit with the Head of Torment, I'm afraid. But we do still have a cleanse with the White Queen. I think we'll be okay. I think this team will be okay. I think it'll be a little bit better when Tholen gets his 5th star. We're putting up good debuffs. We've got the increased speed, the decreased speed. We've got a weaken, defense down. We got block buffs. We got a lot of good things going for us. But unfortunately, we are expecting to get a lot of damage out of Tholen. And he doesn't have that 5th star yet. Trunda still has a terrible soul on her. It would be great if I could get something better on her. She's only got 1 or 2 stars. So we are a little bit handicapped there, but this team is still okay. And now good night to Ellie, my oldest daughter. Popping in the chat. Go to sleep. Okay, damage is looking pretty good. 50 million through 46 turns. I think the biggest question is going to be, are we going fast enough? Are we getting enough turns? Are we going to get to a good boss turn count? Or are we going to do something stupid like get swallowed and then not get enough damage out? Okay, I think we've got a takeover coming up as soon as this run is done. This run will probably take another 20 or 30 minutes, unfortunately. I could just wait to see if my Tholin is going to get a nice 5-star tomorrow, but I kind of want to ride out this team. What do you guys think about this team? Is there any improvements that I could make? Make on this team anything I'm doing wrong? I am always up for learning more. I am not going to pretend that I am the expert on Raid Shadow Legends. I've had 4 years of experience now. Think I'm pretty good, but there are definitely smarter players out there than me. So if you're ever watching and you think that there's something better I can do, don't be afraid to let me know. Just be nice about it. Oh, our damage is ticking up. 66 million, all four heads down. Unfortunately, they're all gonna pop up. And we're not gonna be able to do any damage. Because they're all gonna have that Serpent's Will. And I don't have an insane enough Trunda to overcome that problem, but hey, we're up to 76 million damage. I was worried about this team like 5 minutes ago. Now it's looking decent. Okay, we're gonna let this team play out. And then we're gonna do a takeover here in a little bit. We're gonna do at least one takeover tonight, it looks like. I haven't heard back from the original takeover guy, but he might show up later. You never know. Okay, we got our Lydia back. Hooray. Okay, I'm gonna be back in like 2 minutes. Right. It's got swallowed. Head of blight. Shouldn't be too big of a problem. There we go. We're fine. Okay, I think this team is going to be all right. Might be a little bit of dependent on RNG. Torment certainly could be a problem. But hey, maybe I'll pull a third Duchess. All right, Torment is down. Let's do some damage. Thanks for all the new subs this week, guys. I'm going to be trying to do a bunch of streaming this summer, see how that goes. Also going to be trying to make a bunch of videos this weekend on all the builds that I did for all my new champions. Well, not my new champions, but my new builds. Trying to put out some good content this summer. So we're gonna let this Hydra run play out. It's looking pretty good. This is only my hard team. This is my third best team. And I might have to make some changes over time to it, but it's doing all right. And then just in a little bit, we're going to do a takeover. Help somebody out, hopefully with a Hydra team. We'll see how that goes. What are you guys up to in the game tonight? Are you pulling void shards tomorrow? That is my plan right now. Pulling the void shards that I have. Last time we had a 2x, it went terribly for me. Pulled Tremeria and Fortis with 9 months worth of void shards. Depressing. So I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm not holding on to void shards forever. Wasn't worth it. I thought maybe they'd bring a guaranteed back around, but they don't really be doing that anymore. All right. This team is doing a good job of staying alive, healed, not getting themselves killed. Not too bad. So it looks like if this continues without something terrible happening. Wait a minute. Did somebody get consumed? Oh, Dolan died. I just said people are staying alive and then Dolan goes and dies. But if we don't get consumed, this will probably be a really good run. We'll probably break our Hydra Clash record. Personal record. Not putting up 1 trillion points here. think Tholin's going to be real nice with 5 stars. Unfortunately, he keeps running into this deflect damage, I think. Why are you doing that, man? There's literally an exposed head. And instead, he attacks the guy with the deflect damage on. He's going to die anyway because he's got an HP burn and a brimstone on him. And Tholin thinks that he needs to hit him. Sometimes the AI in this game is so dumb. And Trunda did the same thing. Fortunately, my white queen is fairly fast, and she comes back around and does some pretty good reviving for a single target reviver. But she needs to get that back around before she gets consumed, or we're going to have a problem. But we are doing some good damage here. I'm interested to see what kind of damage Tholin's going to do on this team. I did test him out last week in replace of Thor on my Nightmare team, and he did some good damage. Okay, Trunda is back alive. What do you guys think of the Coalition event? I think it's been pretty cool. I don't think I'm going to get all the way through the 20,000 points or whatever we need, but doing all right with it. I'll miss out on some rewards I don't care that much about. Not going to get the mythical relic chance, but that's okay. Still, I think there are a lot of good rewards for it. One of the few good things that Plarium has done lately. You guys watch that video by Ash about the downfall of Raid? I feel like that we have this discussion a couple times a year. I think that Raid just has its ups and downs. One good fusion, one good anniversary event. They'll be back on top of things. I feel like they do have an anniversary coming up. I don't remember if it's the game's anniversary or Plarium's anniversary. I think Plarium's is coming up. I'm not sure. Kind of disappointed that they haven't come out with more Call of the Arbiter episodes. I don't know if they're planning on it, but it's been a couple years. I thought that was really cool that they did it, even though the show wasn't perfect or anything, but it's still pretty cool. Welcome in, welcome in. We are finishing up my Hard Hydra run. I did a rebuild of Tholin, changed up the team a little bit, rebuilt Supreme Gaelic, put on the curse set on him, took Artak out of the team, and it looks like it's improving this run quite a bit. So it's doing pretty well. Let's go ahead and manual this because I'm afraid that my AI is too dumb to free him, even though we obviously need our reviver on the team. That's the one thing that concerns me about this team is I don't know if the AI is smart enough. But we are getting some good damage. Obviously, Trunda is very good, but this is not a double Yumiko Trunda team. So it's not going to be totally insane. But we're getting some good damage. And then after this, we're going to do a takeover pretty soon. And yeah, so we're gonna do a takeover and see if we can help somebody out with a Hydra team. Take a look at it, see what we can do. Might have to do a little bit of gear cleansing. I don't know about you guys, but I am hurting for silver. That'll probably take care of itself when CVC comes around next week. I'll do some forging, get a bunch of silver out of that. But I'm definitely hurting for silver right now. There's been a lot of gear enhancement events, and I've been building a lot of champions. And I've been trying to do my own gear cleansing, but you got to keep some gear. Can't get rid of all of it. All right. So normally my hard team puts up about 200 million damage if it does a good run. So I think that this is looking pretty good. We might be able to get 250 million if things go great. I don't know exactly what's going to end up like. We are not getting close to the max turn count or anything, but the bosses have taken quite a number of turns. We'll see how that ends up. Thanks for the new sub. Welcome in, everybody. We are about to do a Hydra takeover in a little bit after this run completes for my own account. If you're interested in doing a takeover, see if I can help you out. You can always message me at Weiler Wednesday on Discord, and we'll see what we can work out. I'm planning on streaming most nights of the week, 8 p.m. Pacific. I don't know where you guys are at in the world, but it's late evening here on the west coast of America. And this run's going pretty well. Pretty pleased with this team. As long as they don't do something stupid, we should get a pretty good score. Now, what are you doing up at 5 a.m. in the UK? Are you an early bird or you got to go to work soon? I do not do 5 a.m. on purpose. Not if I can help it. All right, who is this? Decay. Okay. We must save ourselves. Come on. Please. This could be a problem. We could lose our Trunda. I'm going to keep the run no matter what because I don't super care. Think the team is pretty good either way. Oh, it's bad. Come on. Not great. Come on. Come around again. Not good. Come on. There we go. We saved Trunda. Oh, you get up early, man. I can't do that. 5 a.m. is not the life for me. I used to stay up till 5 a.m. Also, don't recommend that unless you're 21 years old. All right. This run is looking pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty pleased. When Tolan gets his 5 stars, it'll be even better. If Trunda ever actually gets a good blessing, if we ever have a good soulstone event. I've been saving up my soulstones for like 2 months now because there's been no good events. That's pretty rough, man. I am definitely not a morning person. Unless you count like 11 a.m. Still technically morning. I'm pretty awake by 11 o'clock. Try to wake up at like 9. Start to move around 10. Really start to feel alive by like 11 after a little bit of caffeine in the system. If I get up at 5 a.m., I'm just going to be miserable all week. Wow, we haven't even hit the 750 turn count yet. Now, if these champions were a little bit faster, it'd be even better. Because the boss turn count is starting to ramp up. That's our greatest danger, is that they're going to start consuming our champions at a crazy rate. Of course, Dolan and Trunda have a special knack of getting themselves killed anyway. If we lose White Queen and Cora, we're in big trouble. See, what are you doing, man? Your teammate got swallowed and you are attacking Torment, whatever. How dumb are you? Like, I don't get the AI on Hydra. So dumb. And that's suffering, man. Are you kidding me? We are so dead. Well, we're not getting Wixwell back, I can tell you that much. Unless Trunda gets a turn, maybe. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Trunda, what do we do? What do we do, Trunda? Do we take a chance? Oh, that's not going to be good enough, Trunda. He's not going to get a turn. Nah. Oh, well. We lost our Wixwell 3/4 of the way in. Because Tholen, as good as he is a pretty stupid dwarf. Instead of trying to free our champion, he decided to get feared. So that's something to watch out for with that dumb little dwarf. That's okay. Our numbers are still fine. Still a good team. You might want to build him a little bit tanky, though. He's kind of dumb. Getting himself killed. Doing some damage, but he's doing a lot of damage to himself, too. Why does he do that? He just sees red. He thinks his mentality is different. He's a mentality bro. Now he's dead. Trunda's dead. We got single target reviver. This went downhill so fast. It's still a good team. It's still a good run. But I think we could probably get another 40 million damage easily if our champions were smarter. But I'm not doing manual runs. We're way past that. Plarium took that joy from us. They said, do your auto runs and like it. He puts up some numbers, though. We get that extra crit damage on him. But we definitely need to beef him up a little bit. Throw on some HP. His HP is kind of low, to be fair. Yeah, this run is just about over. Just about time to do a takeover. There we go. 226 million in damage. 45 million. That's about what he did last week on Nightmare. Supreme Gaelic, though, coming in with the 58 million. Now he's doing damage with his burns. He has Brimstone on, and he's got the curse set on. Trunda, of course, our top damage dealer. Dolan nowhere near Trunda. She's only got 2 stars. He's only got 3 stars. It's still a good team, but it could be improved for sure. Good enough. Let's see. I'm gonna see if I can throw some HP on him before I forget. Ascend that a little bit. We'll enchant him next week. It's looking okay. Give him a little extra defense. We'll get some extra HP next week. All right. The lesson is Dolan is kind of dumb, and he needs more than 45k HP if possible. But even with 7100 attack and 322 crit damage, his damage was just good. Not insane. I think a lot of people will like Dolan. My personal opinion is he's a good champion. He's not insane, though. He's not Trunda. He's not Newt. Nothing like that. He's not even Thor. But he's good. All right, so I'm going to log out of my account for now. And let me see here. Gonna log into somebody else's account here real quick. Think that worked. We are logging into Jerry's account. think that's going to work. Just launching. Here we go. I think this will work. Welcome in, everybody. We're about to do a takeover for Hydra on Jerry's account. If the game feels like letting me in. Here we go. All right, all right, all right. How's your referral program going? Okay. Let's see, we've got not a lot of silver, but he did say that I can go through his gear and we can sell a bunch of stuff. Let's see, did you buy the pass? Claim that for you. What kind of quests we got going on here? Okay. Now, our current Hydra team. You didn't run it already, did you? Let's see, what's your account name? Watch Out 904. Let's see, what did you run it on? Okay, so we got 1.61 million on our normal team with Tholin, Phoenix, Islin, Master Butcher, Kale, and Rector Drath. Okay. And you have a hard team featuring definitely some better champions here. So you have double Wukongs? Wait, is that right? Do you have double Wukongs, double Wixwells? Am I looking at that right? No. I was looking at that wrong for sure. What was on the normal team? Okay, never mind. So we had Tholin here. You know what? Let's look at some of these champions and see how the builds are. Let's just look at some of the champions and see what their builds are like. Okay, Tholin. Okay, obviously we need some silver. We got attack here. Okay. We got crit damage. Let's see what your gear is like. Obviously, pretty new to the game. You're not going to have insane sets, insane gear. Understandable. How's your perception going? Lots of good perception. Good. We have any lethal? Just a tiny bit of lethal. Okay. So let's see how we can do here. Let's take a look at our Tholin. I'm going to be straight up with you. I would rather you get the attack than the accuracy with Tholin. The weekend is good, but if we could, it would be nice to get that somewhere else. Now, you use Raka, I noticed. I don't have Raka. I don't think much about her. Revives all dead allies. That's not terrible with the block beat debuffs. Increase attack and shield. Okay, she's not bad. She's not used by a lot of people, but you're so early in the game that she's probably a hard carry for you. She's very good. So let's see. Let's see what we have as far as accessories. Maybe you have a good attack banner. Maybe you have better accuracy. Let's go equipped, see what you have. So you got Geomancer, which is insane. Understandable that you would have the accuracy banner on him. A triple roll, you got really lucky there. So that's a good roll. Now, as far as attack, that's pretty good. You're going to get a lot more damage with the attack. Let's see. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of silver. How's your enchantments? Okay. You got some stuff there. Now, I recommend for everybody, if you can hold off, use your enchantments during personal CVC. It gets you a ton of points. If you can hold off, that's what I would do. Now, as far as your gear, it looks like you are in that part of the game where you're focusing more on stats over sets because you just don't have a ton of gear. Now, what you can do is you can use perception gear on him to get that accuracy as opposed to having accuracy banners. Let's just see what we can do. Let's mess around. Why not? Fitting room. Crit damage. What do we have? Do we have 6 stars? Do we have 6 stars with crit rate anywhere? This, my friend, is an insane piece for Tholen. Now, obviously, you need silver, but crit damage with 19% crit rate, I would love this glove. I could use this on a champion. He's got speed, he's got crit rate. You can take off some crit rate from some other piece and add more damage. Now, I see that you do have this piece, but what does Stone Cleaver even do? I don't have enough Stone Cleaver to even use it, really. You must do a little bit of Live Arena to have gotten this. I mean, this piece is okay. It doesn't have any crit rate on it. I'm going to go back to the fitting room. We're just trying things. I'm not changing any sets yet. Let's try that on. Now, do we have any Sand Devil Ascensions? Let's just see what this hits. You have plenty of oils. We got crit damage. This is even better. Even better piece. That's an insane piece. When you get the silver, get that up to 16. Now, do we have attack percentage? Let's see. Hopefully some 6-star attack percentage. Crit rate would be real nice. I thought I hit crit rate. Oh, I hit crit damage. Not a lot with crit damage, but we can sacrifice some crit rate. Let's go back here. Feral, you're going to get that accuracy and that speed. Okay. So this is a pretty good piece. Definitely something that we can consider. I'm going to try that on just for the heck of it. Let's see. What does Rebirth do? Resistance speed. That's not what we're looking for. Now you could, I don't know how your relentless gear overall is, but this would be a very good piece if you wanted to put somebody in relentless. Attack percentage with crit rate and crit damage, even though it's rare. You're pretty early in the game still, so that's a really good piece. That's decent. Okay. I kind of like where we're at there. All right. Let's mess around a little bit more, see if we can find some speed boots with some crit rate. What do we have? We have more feral gear. We have perception. Okay, so we have options. We have a ton of crit rate. Let's try that. Now, this is a damage dealer. Is feral really the best thing that you want on a damage dealer? No. But if you don't have the damage sets, then you might as well get the accuracy, right? It would be nice if we found another good piece of cruel. That'll really help you out. Let's take a look at your cruel gear. Here we go. All right. Anything with speed and crit rate? Okay, we've got speed and a little bit of crit rate. Not great. See what we can get here. Can we do this? Not the best. Let's see. That would improve our speed, improve our attack, or this piece. Let's try that. Let's try that. See what else we can get here. Okay. And then what does this piece do? Not really good enough. Now, if you can get some silver, you're going to improve this team a whole lot. Let's focus on this. What can we get? We would like some crit damage if possible. What else we got? This is a good piece. Maybe we can switch back that other piece. Kind of slow though. What about this? No speed. What kind of savage gear you have overall? Now the top pieces, I'm actually less concerned about getting 6-star. You definitely want 6-star on the bottom pieces if you can possibly get it, but the top pieces, they can be 5-star and you can get some good stuff out of them actually. How is your savage sets? It looks like you have a lot of good pieces. How many of them have crit rate and speed? Good, good. Okay. We could mess around with savage. Possible. What about the bottom pieces? Not as good. Okay, you don't. You don't really want a defense percent gauntlet for basically anything. Defense percent gauntlets are hardly ever usable. HP percent is going to be better for tankiness. Now, maybe you put it in there for the speed, and I understand that, but you probably want to swap this out when you can someday. What else we got? Speed. Okay, we still need to do some work on our Savage gear. Understandable. All right, we'll go back up here. We'll take a look at our cruel stuff. Speed and crit rate. That's what we want. Are you using this rare on for anything? Is she on any team? Because this is a good piece. I would not use this on a rare champion if I could avoid it. That's not bad. And then who is this? Oh, we don't need that right now. Okay. I'm going to check out your clan boss team in a second to see who's on there because we definitely don't want to mess with your clan boss team. Now, with this build, our attack would go up 400. Our speed would not change yet. And our crit damage, it looks like it's going down. But as soon as you build up these pieces, you're going to go through the roof. The accuracy goes up. The crit damage will go up as soon as you get this to 16. And then if you can add some ascensions, you could add as much as 38 more crit damage from the current build. And then also with the speed boots, you're going to add at least 16 speed. Let's ascend that one time to see what it hits. You hit attack percentage. That's great. I won't waste too many of your oils yet. You can do that, but the first two sets are pretty easy. So that's going to improve your build a lot. Just starting there for Tholin. Do you have Hydra bonuses, by the way? Area bonuses. +8 speed, good. +6 crit damage, good. +40 accuracy, great. Yeah, I would definitely keep focusing your live arena bonuses on Hydra. Number 1. Probably the best place to put them. So, if you can get some silver and increase these, your numbers are going to go through the roof. This is already a pretty good build. You got 5,000 attack. Your crit damage will be up toward 240. Your accuracy for Hydra is going to be fine. That's a pretty good build for Tholin, not going to lie. You just need to get some silver, and he's going to be really good. You have so much gear. Can I sell a bunch of your junk? Because you do not need this much gear. You do not need this much bad gear. And I understand that you're still pretty new to the game, so you're keeping a lot of stuff, but you have a lot of stuff that you do not need. Okay, we're going to sell some of your gear. I want to check out your Great Hall. Good. You're working on accuracy. I would do accuracy, then crit damage. And then everything else is just do it all eventually, but great to do accuracy first. This is exactly what I would do. And then I would do crit damage next. Area bonuses. It doesn't hurt that you did Faction Wars. It'll help you do Lydia faster, but you want to focus on speed, then accuracy, crit damage, ignore defense, then resistance, then the other stuff. I would do, I mean, maybe you, if you're having trouble with a different, with a specific thing, you can work on that. I would not worry too much about Demon Lord. Kind of settles itself as soon as you have the right champions. I would focus a lot on Hydra. Hydra's speed, accuracy, ignore defense, crit damage. Curse City eventually. Curse City and Faction Wars are good things to get help with. And then I wanted to see your Demon Lord team. Let's see. Oh, okay. This Wixwell team is so easy to build. That's great. I don't even have that good of a Demon Lord team because I don't use my Wixwell for that. Wixwell with Geo, that's so good. Okay, I'm not messing with your Geo then. At least I won't mess with his speed. I assume that you just have the one Geo? Yeah, okay, good. Wow. So you don't want to mess with the speed, but is there anything that... Okay, you can improve that. I just wouldn't touch anything where the speed could be affected. Or you'd have to replace something. But I would upgrade this to 16 for sure. And that if you can. Yeah. Geomancer's insane. I would definitely want to improve this, but we would need so much silver. So let's focus on getting rid of some silver. Now, first of all, life, offense, defense, crit rate, crit damage, accuracy, resistance. So much of that gear is just trash. Trash, 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 trash. Now, you might want to keep some of the best pieces, possibly, but first I want to check something. Do you have flat stat stuff? Other than this, which could be used on an Arbiter someday, if you don't have a better speed piece, flat stats for bottom pieces are straight sells. Unless you're going to rework them, but you're not going to rework these because you have better options for using your Chaos Dust. You don't want this. You're wasting your silver. Don't do it. Do you have any reason why you're keeping any of these pieces? If not, I'm going to sell them. Because they are junk. Yeah. So in general, other than speed, if you get really good speed rolls on a flat stat, you can still use it on somebody like a speed lead like Arbiter, because their entire point is just to go fast. Their stats don't matter that much otherwise. I even have a flat stat or two on my Arbiter because I hit quad roll speed. Yeah. So anything that's a bottom piece, if it's a flat main stat, just sell it. Fortunately, you didn't have too much of that garbage. So now we have a little bit more silver, a little bit more, but you have, let's see, you have so much to go through. Okay. Not that bad, I guess. We need to make some space for you anyway. Um, I think that you have enough gear that we can get rid of almost all of your bad sets. I'm going to go through them one at a time just to make sure. You know what? I think that you can probably get rid of any 4-star stuff, just about. 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star. This can probably all go. Honestly, I wouldn't keep 4-star gear more than a couple weeks into my account, unless it was just insane speed roll or something. But you're not going to use crit damage, 4-star defense gloves. You're just not. Maybe a speed boot, but probably not. This just isn't going to help you. I know you want speed gear, but 4-star stuff isn't going to help you at this point. You're beyond this. No, 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 no. This stuff's not going to help you. We don't want 4-star gear. We want silver. We want to improve your good gear, not improve bad gear. I'm not even letting you keep that. That's not helping you. Even though that's a speed boot, long term, that's not helping you. You'll get something better. Pinpoint even, no. I would not keep 4-star gear more than a couple weeks into the game. You're way beyond that. Let's get some silver. Let's improve your gear that actually matters. If that gear had mattered, you would have used it by now. All right. Now let's go through life set. It's going to have to be an incredible piece for me to keep anything from life. No, no, no. Any of these basic sets, like what you get from Dragon, other than speed, is usually going to be garbage. That's not terrible. Like, you can use a piece like this as an offset piece because you don't have all the gear in the world. Speed, crit rate, accuracy is great. So I'll let you keep that. Speed with some resistance, not that good. We don't want anything that doesn't have speed, honestly. I might let you keep that one. That's not that bad. Okay, let's get some silver. Unfortunately, these sets also, they're not worth very much, but they're just in your way because you need the inventory space. Offense, only if it was like attack percentage with some crit rate or something crazy like that. Nothing really good there. If those were all 5s, maybe. You want stuff with speed because you want to go fast. This isn't bad because it has all good substats. you got to think about what kind of gear, like what kind of stats go together. So if you have something with crit rate, crit damage, attack percentage, speed, those things all work together. If you have something with speed, accuracy, resistance, they go together. Speed, crit rate, and accuracy can go together for a champion like Tholen that needs accuracy and damage. Defense, there's not going to be a lot here that we care about. Let's get you some silver. Get rid of this garbage gear, and we can improve your builds. Let's see. You need very few resistance chest plates in this game. And you probably want them from something like Stone Skin or protection or a shield set or a bolster set. That it's not great. We want speed on almost everything in the game is going to be better if it has speed on it. But it also has to be with the right sets. We don't care about 5-star defense pieces. If it was 6-star gold or epic, maybe we can work with that. Now, when it comes to speed gear, you want lots of it. But really, you want it with speed. If it's a speed piece, it better have speed on it, or it's going to be worthless. I would keep 5-star speed boots for a long time. Good, good, good. You can always use those. You're not going to use HP percent speed boots with no speed on them. Attack with crit rate could be interesting. You might never use it, but you might use it. Now, I know this looks tinky, but HP percent boots are a lot better than defense percent boots. The only time that you would use defense percent boots is on a defensive nuker with a bunch of speed rolls and some crit rate. Otherwise, you'd be much better off having HP percentage, or more likely, you're going to want speed boots. Speed on the speed boots. Same thing here. You want speed. Now, this is not bad. Attack percentage boots. If you get a couple of speed rolls on it, you could potentially use that in the future. Not that good. Not that bad, but you would want some crit rate or something with that. Not terrible. If you get a couple of rolls of speed, not terrible. Same thing here. There's no speed. We want speed. Maybe if that had crit rate, but it doesn't. Defense percent with double speed. Yeah, you want anything that has good speed rolls and speed sets. Possibly for a defensive nuker. Possibly. Wouldn't be my number one choice, but if you need to make your defensive nuker go faster, it's possible. This doesn't have crit rate on it. One speed roll, kind of maybe. This isn't bad. It'd be better if it was 6-star. What are you going to do with attack percentage chest piece with HP percent roll? What I would do on a piece like this, if you have 5-star epic chaos ore, which is actually pretty easy to get in the game, I would use it on that, see if I could get a triple speed roll. Not good enough. Not good enough. You might want to see if this hits like a triple roll, and then you could re-roll it if you got a 6-star piece of chaos ore. Garbage. Totally garbage. Maybe. Definitely want anything with a lot of speed rolls. crit damage with maybe. I probably wouldn't keep those, but maybe. Defense, you are almost never going to use defense percent gauntlets. Almost never. If this had some speed on it, maybe, but it doesn't. Everything up top, it better have some speed on it. It does have double crit rate, but it's with resistance, no speed. Speed good. No speed bad. I'm getting rid of anything that doesn't have speed. People have different feelings about how to use their chaos ore. Personally, I won't use it on a top piece. Unless it hit like a triple or a quad roll on something. I personally wouldn't, but that's up to you. We want speed. Speed, speed, speed. If it doesn't have speed, it's probably junk. You have a lot of speed upper pieces, so we're going to keep the ones that have speed, not the junk. As you progress in the game, you're going to want pieces that actually hit speed. Not that just like this piece has speed, but it didn't hit speed. That's good enough for now. You could possibly need it. But as you progress, now this might be good for a nuker or something. Not great. But for now, you could possibly use it. I'm going to keep anything that's 6-star because you could re-roll it if you hit a triple roll or something. But like rare pieces without speed, definitely gone. I'll let you decide if you want to re-roll any of this, any of the epic stuff. But you can't re-roll rare, so it doesn't matter. Okay. Now, unfortunately, silver is just hard to get in this game. We sold all that gear, and you've got 3 million silver. What can you do with that? Well, you can make your Tholin a whole lot better. Probably. We hit speed. We got speed out of that. Oh, wait, no, that was... What did we hit? Did we hit crit rate? Okay, we got 102 crit rate, 226 crit damage. And I would enchant a little bit if I were you. I would ascend for sure. But now we've got crit damage gloves. I would ascend this crit damage, get extra crit damage. I'm going to take a chance for you and hope that we get this all the way up to 16. Okay. I think we just hit crit rate on that. We did. So now we got 108 crit rate, 210 speed. Oh, just hit the flat attack. Okay. This is a pretty decent Tholin build now. You got almost 5,000 attack. The crit damage is up there. We can get rid of some crit rate somewhere. That's a pretty good offset piece, not going to lie. It's not really helping us. Yeah, so this is a pretty decent build. As time goes on and you get more gear, what I would really want to do is get more damage set type of stuff on him. The Feral is going to help you out with the speed and accuracy, but I would rather him have savage gear as you get it. You know, as soon as you get some good savage gear. Like the stats are pretty good, but what you want is something like savage gear so that you get ignore defense. That's huge. As you progress in Doom Tower, you can get better lethal gear. As you progress in Curse City, you can get better merciless gear. And those are all going to be better because you're going to get damage out of that. But this is a pretty good Tholen build. Now, what we wanted to do is improve your Hydra team, right? So, what do we have here? What does this team get us? I assume that you want damage out of Alice. I don't know if she's going to get you Hydra type damage. She's not going to lock out their skills. I don't think. Astrid is great. We'll take a look at her build. Sun Wukong is great. Hopefully he has some accuracy and some damage. Wixwell is great. And Geomancer is great. I would work on their builds over time. But I don't want to screw up your clan boss. As far as how to build Geomancer, we can take a look at that. Now, Geomancer, the main thing is you want to keep him alive. So HP percentage is actually good for him. If you could get a 6-star piece, 60% HP percentage. If you can get crit rate and crit damage on him, that's fine. It's not really necessary. It's not even a priority. Keeping him alive with accuracy is a priority. Currently, 47k HP is not really insane. You want to get that much higher if you can. Speed, you probably have him speed tuned, so I can't really screw that up. Or I don't want to, at least. Accuracy is probably fine for where you are in Hydra. As you progress, you want to get that higher, but you'll figure that out. You want HP, good. So you've got the right idea with lots of HP. You could probably replace that with speed boots with speed boots with HP or HP with speed. Yeah, I would tinker with it if I were you. I don't want to screw up your clan boss team, but what I typically build him in is I'm going to build him in a set that has accuracy built into it. So I'm going to go HP percentage, and I would love to have him in perception. If you can get 6-star, like this would be a great piece for him. So what you can do is you can tinker with the speeds. I would put him in this piece if I could. It's got accuracy, it's HP percentage, it's got every good stat possible for him. I would love to put Geomancer in this piece. You would just need to find speed somewhere else. But you could put him in 6 pieces of perception. Or you could change out with some feral. I see that you have a couple pieces of feral. I'm glad that they have made feral so accessible to even new players, as long as you're playing Siege. I would throw this in. I would definitely put this feral piece in and this perception piece in. And then I would, if you need to re-speed tune it, you can find speed somewhere else. I know you said you'd put them as slow as possible. You can always enchant speed if you need to. You can roll these up. But I would typically put Geomancer in up to 6 pieces of perception, or you can trade out perception sets for feral gear. I would do HP percent, either speed or HP percent, and then try to keep him alive. Anything with HP percent and accuracy. That's really good luck. I mean, since you're in an early clan, I assume either that or a more advanced clan that just let you in because you're a friendly guy. The number one thing is if your clan is active, you're going to win a lot of stuff. As long as you've got members that are active, we'll take a look at your clan. You've got 28 out of 30 members, and you should always claim this, by the way. As long as people are playing, you got lots of people playing every day. Whoever's in charge should probably kick this guy out unless they have an understanding that he's coming back or something. Everybody else is active. That's great. You're going to win so much. You're going to win CVCs. You're going to win sieges early on because you're active and you're low. So, yeah, I mean, level 14 is pretty active clan, but not like super advanced either. My clan is like level 17, I think, maybe. And that's taken years and years and years and years. As much as I would like to buy this silver, I would always save this for energy. Don't worry about this stupid thing. I would buy Yakarl. I'd buy Yannicka when you can. And then I would buy the energy. They've been doing it every other week, usually CVC weeks for a while now. Okay. That's why I said, like, I wouldn't kick him out for you or anything. So if he's if he's your best player, but he's on vacation or on business or whatever, you know what you're doing. But you guys are active, so you're going to win a lot of stuff. Okay, so Alice. Let's look at Alice. I don't think she's helping out your Hydra team at all. She's just not a Hydra champion. Let's look at her reviews. Hunter reviews. Hydra 4 points. Her stat. So many people have gotten her that her ratings are really high. Brimstone could help you out a little bit. How's your masteries? Okay. I would just guess that she's probably not giving you the most damage for your Hydra team. I'm not sure about Phoenix. Phoenix is great. I think I might have seen somebody use him in Hydra. I wouldn't say he's the typical choice, but you are limited. You could consider Husk when you get him built. Husk is decent for Hydra. Freya, absolutely get her built as soon as possible. Who do you have here? Get your masteries on good champions. I wouldn't put masteries on every random faction war champion. Oh, do you have a cold heart built? How many cold hearts do you have? Okay, you have one built. It doesn't hurt to build a second Cold Heart, but you have other priorities. Okay, let's take a look at your Phoenix build. Protection, Pinpoint, and Cruel. I wish that was 6-star and had crit rate. I wish that was 6-star and had crit rate. Right idea, but you're having to get crit rate from these random pieces. How's his stats? His attack's kind of low. He's attack based, right? Yeah. I would put if you get like more talons, I would put a talon on him or something. Okay, what do we have here? Okay, so we went with crit rate gloves. Understandable. But in the long run, you want crit damage gloves if you can get them. And then find crit rate wherever you can. Okay, we almost have his masteries. Good. Okay, let's see. We got crit rate with junk. Pretty low crit rate. All right. We'll see what kind of gear we have left. We're out of silver again already. But let's see what we can do. Crit damage. Let's see if we can do it. Relentless is actually really good for Hydra champions. You get them going again and again and again. Let's see if we hit some crit rate. Not bad. Not bad. I would probably put this on an HP percent damage dealer. We might not have enough gear to do this, but we'll take a look. Okay. Well, at least this is crit damage with crit rate on Cruel. Lethal. Impulse. Okay, we're just going to try things. That's what the fitting room's for. Might not be possible, but we can always try. I wish this was 6-star, but it's not. We just need to find a lot of crit rate. So what we do is priority stat crit rate high. See what we can find here. So what we can do is we could use some speed gear to get him to go faster. As long as it has good crit rate, it's a possibility. But we need a lot of crit rate, so I don't know. Might not be able to do that. We'll see. We can also use offset pieces. We can always try to get some Savage Gear stuff going on. That'd make him go awfully slow. We'd get more speed, though, once we built that up. So here's the deal. This would be a better build once we got some silver. I see that you have him in pinpoint. I don't think that's necessary. I would rather put him in better accessories. Okay. Okay. So we want an attack ring. It doesn't matter that it's stone skin, but it's got a lot of attack on it. That's great. That just added a bunch of attack. And then we want crit damage amulet. We'll just take the 6-star, but we will need to build that up. And then an attack banner. He's got no other banner options. Then we just want speed. That's got a lot of attack on it, and it's got some speed on it. I can't tell what this piece is. So what we would prefer is an attack banner, but that's not available to us. So we want this double roll of attack, plus it has some speed on it. So that gets our attack up to 4,100. Our speed is kind of low, but you can fix that by getting your gear up. And then his damage will go up as soon as you can get as soon as you can get more silver. You good with that build? Are you willing to trade that in and hopefully get some silver to make that better? The only thing that this is going to do is it will make him slower, and you do need to get more crit rate over time. You could change that out for a crit rate glove, but it would take a lot of damage. Let's equip that. Fortunately, this is a good time to change things out for free. So now you're going to have ignoring defense, which is great for him. You're going to ignore another 5% from the cruel. You get extra attack from the cruel. So when you think about champions, you want to think about what sets go well for them. Damage dealers want damage sets as much as possible. You're still getting gear, so it takes time to get all these things. Cruel is great. Savage is great. I would avoid offense, crit rate, and crit damage as much as possible. These two aren't terrible, but they're not great. I would sell any accuracy piece that doesn't have speed and accuracy on it, because perception is going to be better. You have a lot of good perception gear. I would check this and make sure that every single piece on here had at least speed or accuracy, preferably both. The more rolls of those, the better. Lethal is great for damage. That's going to take some time. You can only get lethal gear 4 times a year from Dark Fae, from Doom Tower. But you got a lot of merciless gear. Probably not the best, but merciless gear is great. I would typically save pinpoint for champions that need accuracy. But if you got 2 pieces on, you can add some speed. So yeah, you just need silver. Now, when personal CVC comes around in 5 days, go through your forge. You've got all the Magisteel in the world. Get your perception gear, sell the junk. I would keep fatal. I would keep lethal if they're good pieces. Righteous is okay. You're probably not going to use a lot of Guardian or Frostbite or Untouchable. Maybe an insane Affinity Breaker piece would be okay. Resilience, you probably want to get rid of most of that. Don't do Swift Parry or Deflection. They are a waste of your resources. You want Perception. Let's see if we can get you a little bit more silver. Crit rate gear. If it doesn't have speed and crit rate, let's just get rid of it. That's pretty good. We want speed and crit rate. Or crit rate and crit damage wouldn't be so bad. Basically, you want as many good stats as possible. So if you're looking for damage, you want speed, crit rate, crit damage, and whatever percentage attack, defense, or HP that the type of nuker you have wants. You probably won't use a lot of this gear, but it could be filler pieces. We want speed and crit rate, though, or crit rate and crit damage. That's not terrible. Speed is the name of the game in winning Raid Shadow Legends. 95% of your champions, at least, need speed. I left some speed, or some pieces that have speed and crit damage, or crit rate, crit damage. Let's get some more silver, though. Similar with crit damage, you want speed, crit rate, crit damage, that kind of stuff. There's no point in having speed and crit damage on a damage dealer if you don't have any crit rate. they're not going to crit, they're not going to do any damage. And if they're not speedy enough, they're not going to take a turn. And don't use your Chaos Ore on garbage sets. Use it on the best sets. All right, we got you a little bit more silver. Now, Alice. Let's see what your build is like on Alice. I don't use her a whole lot, but I'm looking to use her a little bit more. She's got some accuracy. She's got a little bit of speed. If you can start getting your champions over 200 speed, that'll help you out a lot. I know that's hard to get it on all the champions. This is a pretty decent build, I'm not going to lie. Did you buy the Instinct Pass? Is that where we're getting that? This is built pretty well. Crit rate. Like I said, I would prefer crit damage, but you got some pretty good numbers on her anyway. 6-star would be better. A little more speed would be better. This is a great piece. I would ascend this when you want to. Not the best piece, but your build overall is kind of working out. Got masteries, I assume, yeah. Brimstone, okay. If you're using her primarily in arena, I wouldn't stick with Brimstone, but if you are set on using her in Hydra, that's not bad. Let's get at least level 8. Yeah, that's one of your better builds, I'm sure. Estrid, you just want going fast with accuracy. Looks like you've done that. 233 speed. I mean, you can build her for damage, but you probably just don't have that kind of gear yet. She's going to stay alive. She's going pretty fast. She's got good accuracy. That's a pretty good build. HP speed. I would probably trade this for speed boots, if possible. No. Estrid is on my Nightmare team that puts up 440 million damage. She's great. Keep her in a Hydra team. Feral. We don't have any Feral speed boots, unfortunately. Oh, we got it on. Do you need this on Venomage? I would steal this from Venomage if I can. He's a good champion, but she's going to be better for this. Okay, so let's steal that. Get her going faster. It's good that she's tanky, but she doesn't have to be that tanky. Get this up to 6-star. We want her going fast, so anything with speed is good. That's a good piece. That's a good piece. I would prefer it if this had speed on it. Do we have any feral with speed? Lots of options. We'll take the one that had accuracy. This will add speed and accuracy without costing you anything that is going to matter. Easy decision. So now we've got 2 pieces of feral. Do we have any feral gear up here? Yes. Ooh. That would lose us too much speed, unfortunately. Would it? Why? Oh, the pinpoint. Wait, let me check something. Fitting room. What happens if we add this and this? No, that would lose too much speed. No, no, no. Oh, I see. You got pinpoint on. Okay, if you get a feral amulet, do that. Wait, what do we have here? Amulet, amulet, amulet. Okay, yeah, if you get a feral amulet, I would put it on her here. Or pinpoint would be fine, I guess. But you just don't have that. Does any of this have better accuracy? No, okay. Good. So she's built pretty well. 252 speed, pretty good. 320 accuracy, pretty good. Where does that leave us? Wait, let me see who you used already. I would take out Master Butcher. Kale isn't going to help you because he's a poisoner, and poisons don't help with Hydra. So I'd take both of those out probably. Dolan is going to be better now, so that'll help you. And then your hard team. I need to look at your Wukong. And let's check out your Raka too. Okay. How's she built? Try to get more resistance and more HP on her. Other than that, she's okay. What do you have accuracy for? Guess accuracy's not hurting her, but if you have somewhere else, if you have anybody else on the team putting out decreased attack, that'd be better. Let's see. I would replace Kale with Husk, potentially. Freya, potentially. She can nuke. That's okay. Tagore is not really necessary for Hydra. He might work, but Rector's probably better. Let's see. This guy can be very good in Hydra, but he's kind of niche. So I would hold on to him for sure. Nobody else insane that I'm seeing. Yeah. So let's take a look at your Wukong. We want to get those attack numbers up. Speed is fine. Accuracy is a little bit low. Crit rate, same thing. Get crit damage on him if you can. Get the 6-star if you can. This is a really good relentless boot. You probably will never want to get rid of this boot. Try to get better sets on him. His crit rate is actually insanely high. You would rather have good crit damage on him. Let's see. Can we get crit damage with a ton of crit rate? Anywhere? Just checking. I mean, you could put Wukong in Relentless. He'd get lots of turns. But yeah, I mean, he's built the same way as any attack damage dealer, really. Speed, crit rate, crit damage. That's what I would do over time. And then Raka. That's good. Resistance is fine. HP percent might be better. In fact, I would put her in HP percent because you already have pretty good resistance elsewhere. If you can get HP percent with speed and resistance. Hey, Chris, welcome in. We are doing a takeover. I would consider this piece, even though it's impulse, but not that big of a deal. All right. Okay, I am going to take like a 2-minute break, and then we're going to run this team, this Hydra team, and see how it does now. I still don't think long term, I don't think you want Alice in this team. We'll see. We'll see how her damage does. Wukong needs to be built better. Geomancer is okay. Unfortunately, you already used a lot of the champions that we just rebuilt. Dolan, Freya. You don't have a lot of damage in this team, I'm going to be honest. That's going to be a problem for this team, is that Wukong's not built that great. Alice isn't really a Hydra champion, I don't think. Geomancer, probably going to be a hard carry. Estrid's insane. Raka's probably going to be okay. And then Wixwell is going to help out. So I'm going to take like a 2-minute break. I'll be right back. Okay. So we're gonna test this out, and then I'm gonna end the stream in just a little bit. It is getting late here. I want to see how this does. I definitely feel like Wukong, he needs to improve. I don't have time to do his build tonight, but he needs to improve. And if you can replace Alice with Dolan, or Husk, or Freya, even, you're probably going to be a lot better off. Let's see how this goes, though. We got to make sure that he hits his provoke. That's the most important thing here. Okay. So, Estrid, what makes her so great? And you could put her in a cursed set if you ever get it. If you ever get enough fast cursed gear. That's what I actually do. I believe my Estrid is still in cursed gear. And then she's going to throw out the weaken and the decreased speed. And Wukong, I'm going to let him do his thing. Not a ton of damage because he's not built that great. And let's hope he hits his provoke on this guy. There we go. All right. Let's see how the team does. Hopefully Geomancer is going to be hitting his thing. I think he did. We'll see how this team does. I would be interested in seeing how the other team does now that we rebuilt. We didn't rebuild that many champions on this team. We built more champions on the other team, but you get some ideas how to build nukers. That's kind of what I've been working on the last couple days. But yeah, I mean, get more gear, sell the garbage, improve your gear. Oh, we got cleansed. That's a bummer. You're telling me this team got 20 million damage? Yikes. Do you do this on auto? No auto. Okay. That could be our problem. If we manual this, I'm sure it would make a lot more sense. Let's regroup. Let's see what we can do without without the auto. see. Let's tack. Ooh. Okay, her AoE 120,000. Not great. Where's the damage coming from? Is it from keeping Geo alive? You're going to get a lot of turns from Estrid. Isn't this on hard? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, as long as you have Estrid going fast, you're going to stay alive. You got to keep hitting provokes. You have to get Alice out of this team, though. Little bit of damage there. Wukong can definitely do better with a better build. I can see that you can get damage out of it now, but it's mostly Geo, right? I screwed up there, but maybe we can come back around. Okay, we're getting a little bit of damage here, but we can do better. You want Alice out of this team as soon as possible. She's just not built for this. She's built for arena. Okay, I think we see what this team can do. We don't need to actually run it right now because I think that what you want to do is replace Alice and work on a couple more champs. Wukong definitely needs to get better. He's a great champion that you can use in Hydra and Arena. I would try to get him in crit damage gloves. Make sure that he's still at least close to 100% crit rate. Pretty fast, better accuracy. I mean, his accuracy is obviously working at the current level, but if you want to use him for brutal or nightmare someday, that'll get better with time. He's in resistance banner. I know that's triple speed. He needs to be in attack or accuracy banner, preferably attack, which you don't have. You have on Fane. I don't know if Fane is on your clan boss team. I don't remember. But this would increase your attack. And you can glyph up the speed a little bit. I prefer him in attack banner. Accuracy is acceptable for him. Let's see if this double speeds. It does. What do you have here as attack? It's up to you, but I would put him in it. I would personally put him in the attack banner and sacrifice a little bit of speed. You could also put him in the accuracy banner and the speed would be the same. Crit damage, fine. I would prefer him in 6-piece or 6-star if possible. Still has accuracy. You would lose a little bit of accuracy. Not really, though. Lose a little bit of speed, I guess. Okay, let's put him in the attack banner. You can change your mind. You got a couple days. Steal that from Fane. Get that up to 16. You just need a lot of silver, dude. That's normal. This game does not give us enough silver. They say they're going to fix it. Maybe someday they will. But the first 2 years that I played this game, they didn't even have free gear removal days. They didn't even have free gear removal hours. So what I would do, I got to get off, but if you can, crit damage gloves. If you can, 6-star attack percentage. This is a great piece. You might want to put him in relentless, but damage gear would be better. And then just get crit rate, crit damage, attack percentage on these pieces. As long as your accuracy doesn't go too low, this is bad. You don't want 127% crit rate. You want 100% crit rate, and you want the crit damage to be like, try to get it close to like 240 at your level, at least 200, and get the attack. Try to get it over 4,000, maybe 4,500, and you'll be a lot better off. You just need silver and upgrade the stuff and sell your junk gear. Nobody likes gear cleansing. Keep the stuff with the best stats. Keep stuff that has speed. If it's damage, keep stuff that has crit rate, crit damage. If it's control, keep stuff that has speed and accuracy. If you're trying to keep a champion alive, speed, HP percentage, defense percent, resistance. You don't need all this gear. A lot of this stuff is probably junk. Okay. All right. Have a good time on your vacation. I'm going to log out now. Let me know how things go. And let's see. I think that we're probably going to try to stream tomorrow night if possible. And we might have another takeover. The person that we were supposed to do a takeover for tonight was a little bit late. It happens. And I can't stay up all night. I just can't. But we will try. We'll try to do more tomorrow. What is? Oh, my computer is bugging out because my phone was on top of my space bar. Sheesh. What happened here? Let me log back into my account. Before I forget, so I don't screw up his account for any reason. Okay, so that's it for tonight. Thanks, Jerry, for letting me take over your account. That was fun. Possibly tomorrow night we will be doing a takeover of Shadow, doing his account, hopefully, and I might be pulling void shards on stream. So hopefully I'll be able to do that tomorrow night. Thanks so much to the new subscribers. Thanks for everybody for watching. I will be back with more Rage